Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. If you're new to our channel, subscribe, drop this video a like and get involved in the comment section down below. It goes off like a fan forum every single time. So it's absolutely amazing that you're all commenting and interacting with each other as well. So the content is here. The content is up and running. For any of you that are new around here, we've got a lot of content that we do each week. Starting this week with the brand new concept of the Up the Villa football phone-in, which went down really, really well. I know I had a lot of you message me that you want to get involved, so that's fantastic. Predominantly, it's going to be Monday to Friday, but because we've sort of got a game and then a bit of a break, and then we've got midweek games and stuff in January, when it gets to sort of a game a week, that's when we'll have the full concept Monday to Friday, and then at the minute we'll just try and put it where we can. We had our match preview that was out as well. That's our bread and butter. We love them ones. They're like our standalone episodes, the biggest episode for the longest period of time per week that we do. So that was great to have all the team on. If you've not watched it, go and have a look at it. And then we are now on our predicted lineup for Aston Villa versus Liverpool, and we want you guys at home to get involved. So head over to the website, do your teams, click the little tweet button, and then share them on social media. Aston Villa have had a behind closed door friendly with Everton, and we lost 2-0. Goals from Gordon and Maupai. It's not good losing football matches, but I don't feel like I'm going to get down about it or worried about it. We saw in the summer that we went through a whole pre-season unbeaten, and then look what happened then. So, and we do know that Emery does do his tactical analysis in the video room per game. So I doubt that they've been doing that for those games as well. So from what I saw, I think Buendia got some more minutes as well. So that was good to see. But other than that, I didn't really see too much content from it, really. So let's get into it then. Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Let's have a look at what we think the team is going to be. So as we know, we're going to set up in a 4-4-2. So it's going to be double pivot. We then play with two in front of the double pivot, a little bit wider, and then sometimes creating the little boxed square vibe that we have as well. So it can potentially look like this. Then it can look like a flat back four. At times it can look like a 4-4-1-1. It can also look like a 4-1-3-2. So these are the types of formations that we've been seeing with an Unai Emery side. We've seen the flat back six with the two central midfielders through here, sort of tucking in a little bit deeper. So then we've got our two centre backs, two full backs, and then we've got our two that are from this area. So you're sort of saying your McGinn and your Buendia coming in to protect the back four. So we've seen that as well. So those are some of the formations that we've seen in an Unai Emery side. I think that we will go with a 4-4-2, which we have been playing with Unai Emery in every single game, really. So let's have a look at who is going to start this game for Aston Villa then. So in goal, unfortunately, it is not going to be Martinez. It's going to be Robin Olsen. I have to be honest, like I always am on this channel, I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried about this, Villa fans. I'm worried about the pressure in which Liverpool's press is going to potentially put our back five under when we're playing out from the back. We know that we're going to be playing out from the back. That is just, it's what we do. It's what we're going to be doing. There's a great reward for the risk that you take from playing out from the back. I've spoke about it in the past that I like playing out from the back because it if it's worked properly, it poses great openings. But if we overplay at times, I think we need to just launch it. And when I say launch it, I mean if the ball is on the left-hand side and we're then moving it to the right, and we know that the playing out from the back is not working in that moment in time, we know that we're being pressed really well, just get rid of the football. Because if we overplay, that's where we've been caught. We've been putting teammates in bad positions where they're under pressure, and it leads to mistakes. It leads to goals. We've seen it. We saw it against Villarreal. So I want us to play out from the back, but I want us to be clever and realise that there's periods of times where sometimes you've got to just go long. So that is what I'll say about that. I don't think this defence are confident with Olsen. I think when you look at a back four and sometimes the keeper comes, like Martinez will come and catch it off a corner. It eases pressure. I don't feel comfortable with Olsen, and I don't think the defence do. That's the vibe I've got. So I am a little bit worried about Olsen in goal, if I'm being totally honest, Villa fans. Let me know your thoughts. Might be completely different to mine. We've noticed that we have been playing quite a high line. We've been playing quite a high defensive line in the games as well with Unai Emery. Is this the game to stick with that? I'm going to say no. I'd like us to be a little bit deeper. I'd like us to be positioned around this area, not around that area, because we know the pace of Salah. We know the pace of Diaz. Firmino can get on the ball. Runners from midfield. We know Trent and Robertson like to get really high. So I'd like us to be a little bit more, just a little bit cautious. So at the back, we're going to go with Tyrone Mings, Ezri Konsa, Matty Cash, and Luca Dean. So predominantly, we've been attacking down the left-hand side in games as well. So we know that this is a strong area for Aston Villa. So if we can get Luca Dean on the ball, I think Villa will be ticking as well. Double pivot of, let's go with Dougie Luiz and Boubacar Kamara. We know that they've made a nice little partnership now. Luiz has been looking to get on the ball, sort of dictate the tempo for Villa. I think this partnership's really going to flourish. So I'm really looking to see how that grows. We're now going to go with the revitalised John McGinn. He's had a real good couple of games for Aston Villa. Energetic. He looks leaner. He looks sharper. He's pressing well. He knows he's rolling the team really well. He's breaking through lines, supporting. He's got a goal. So I think it's a big 6 months for McGinn. But I think I really got good vibes about McGinn. I think we're going to start to see a bit of McGinn form. On the left-hand side, we're going to go with Emi Buendia. I'm not sure where Ramsey is at the minute. I know that he's not played many games. We don't know, do we? So until we hear from Unai Emery, looks like it's going to be Buendia. And then up top, we're going to go with Leon Bailey and Ollie Watkins. This is my formation versus Liverpool. So what do I sort of want to see us doing? And how do I feel like we can beat Liverpool then? I think early doors is important, because in big games at Villa Park, we have to stay in the game for as long as possible. We have to be in the game. We know the crowd's going to be electric. The crowd is going to be amazing. the worst thing that we can do is go 1-0 down early and kill that crowd. We need to harness that crowd, and it needs to be loud, and it needs to be energetic and fun to be, especially in the whole 10. Once that gets going, it's quality. So stay in the game for as long as possible. Possibly grow into it a little bit, because I guess Liverpool will have a bit of early possession. And then I think we need to start doing what we start doing. So we need to start getting Luka Dean a little bit further forward. We need to get McGinn making runs through the lines. We need to get Buendia picking up the ball. We need to offer width from out wide through here as well. But for me, we need to transition well. So when we are defending, we need to transition from defending to attacking quickly. And that is where our strikers come into play. We've seen Bailey that's been sort of going out wide as well. But I think it's important for Watkins to try and stay as central as possible. And stay on the shoulder of the two Liverpool centre-halves. And I think that's where we can get a little bit of joy as well. He generally does quite well against Liverpool, Watkins, because of his pressing. He's playing on the shoulder, especially the 7-2. Watkins was fantastic in that game. It's just important that Buendia supports, McGinn supports. When we've got the ball, we don't lose it quickly. We've seen recently that when we've been playing out from the back, we've been doing okay. So I think that's decent. Do I expect us to be on a full press? Yeah, I think we can press them. I think we could potentially be on a full press, because especially in the Brighton game, when we have been on a full press and we have won the ball back, I think we look dangerous. But I think when we do win the ball back, we've got to use it well. We've got to use the ball sparingly and not give the ball back straight away. So I think if we can press them really well, put them under massive amounts of pressure with the crowd on the counter attack as well, I think we can really get something from this game. I think it's going to be a different game where, it is Liverpool, but they're in no form. So no one's in any form. Yes, they're playing in the Carabao Cup, but let's just take it to them and let's just stay in the game for as long as possible and try and win the game. And I do really think we can get something from the game. If we have a little look at the Liverpool side that beat Southampton on the last game before the World Cup, they played with Firmino, Salah, Núñez, Fabinho, Thiago, Elliott, Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson. This is still an area where I think they're going to have a few problems. Konate had an absolute blinder of a World Cup. He was fantastic in that final. So I think when he comes back, he needs to be straight in the Liverpool side, because he's really, really good. So I think this is an area where they might have problems. Are they going to bring Matip in? Are they going to bring Gomez? This is where Watkins can get a little bit of joy. We can get a little bit of joy here when he's nice and high. So if you're thinking Luka Dean, if Buendia can be in this little pocket here with a little bit of space, through balls, get the balls out wide to Luka Dean, I think that can pose problems. I think this is a strong area for Liverpool, but I think Luka Dean and Buendia can work that quite well. And, this side poses problems as well. But I think predominantly this is their strongest side. We need to watch out for Alexander-Arnold's cross-field balls. But this area, I feel like, is potentially one of their weakest areas as well. So I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, I think we can do something. I think we can pose a threat, and I think it's going to be a really good game. So if I just put our team back on the screens again for you. So this is my team to play Liverpool then. If you want to share your teams on social media, you just press this little tweet button, press it twice, and then your tweet will go onto Twitter. Thank you, everybody, for watching this episode. And be sure to check out the football phone-in, the match preview, and Up the Villa. And look forward to our Christmas special on Christmas Day. It's good. It's good. So cheers for watching. Subscribe,